Today we're going to be focusing on a new equation that we can use to solve percent problems, and we call it quantity equals percent times whole. So go ahead and write this down, percent times whole, or the total amount. In shorthand, it would be quantity equals percent times W, the percent symbol times W. So as we go through this problem, I want you to be thinking about what is the percentage given, the whole or the total amount given, and or the quantity slash part that is given. So let's go ahead and read the problem below. So in Ty's math class, 20% of students earned an A on a test. If there were 30 students in the class, how many got an A? How many did not get an A? So now that we've looked at this problem, let's think about the different quantities they gave us. Well, I see that there are 20% of students that earned an A. And so that's clearly the percentage sign. So I'm going to go ahead and put that symbol above it since there is a percent sign next to it. Then they say that there are 30 students in the class. Well, is that the part of the students or is that the whole class? Well, if it says 30 students in the class, that would be the total amount. There's nothing specific about these 30, just they are the ones that are in the class. And so now that we have determined the total amount, the question says how many got an A? So are they asking us to find the whole amount of students or the part of the whole? So in other words, we are asking if only a specific group of them earned an A, then that is the part of the whole class, the part slash the quantity that they are looking for, right? The specific amount of students that got an A, since not every student gets an A on the test, right? There are other students that get C's and B's and D's. So we are looking for a part of the total number of students. So if we are talking about our equation, let's go ahead and, and I can't forget about the second question where it says how many did not get an A. So there's two parts. So let's go ahead and just number them so that we know there are two parts that we need to find by the end of our problem solving. Okay, so let's go ahead and label our equation. Quantity equals percent times whole. And we're going to substitute our numbers into every part that we are given and then leave a variable for what is missing. So we don't know the part or the quantity, so we'll leave that as Q, right? Because we're trying to find the part that got an A. We do have a percentage, which is 20%. And I know we need to be actually very, very careful before we place this percent in our equation because a percent is really a fraction in disguise. So we know all percents represent a fraction out of 100. So when we say 20%, we actually mean 20 out of 100. So we could actually put that into our equation, right, as a fraction, or we can write it as a decimal, but we cannot leave it as a whole number, right? That will not get us the part that we are missing. So we have it as a fraction, so we could put 20 over 100 into the space for percent, or converting percents to decimals is actually the simplest of the two methods. So let's go ahead and do that. I remember we convert using Dr. P, and we move the decimal point over 2 places to the right, dividing by 100 to make it a decimal. So 20% has the decimal at the end, right? Since it's not present anywhere else, it's at the end, and moving it over 2 spaces makes it 0.2. So that is going to go in the place of the percentage. Remember, we cannot put the percent as is because it makes it look like a whole number when it is not. It is actually a fractional representation that we can write as a fraction or a decimal. I prefer the decimal way, so let's go ahead and make sure that Dr. P is written on our paper since that's going to be used pretty much every time we have a percent problem. Okay, so we've done the percentage part in our equation. Now we need to multiply it by the total or the whole amount, which is 30 students in the class. Alrighty, so we know how to multiply 30 times 0.2. We're going to multiply like normal and deal with the decimal at the end. So I see there's one number behind the decimal point. So there needs to be one number behind the decimal point here. So Q equals 6. Well, what does this answer mean? Well, I remember the quantity is how many students got an A. So our complete sentence would be 6 students out of 30 total got an A. But then that was only the answer to question 1. How can we figure out how many did not get an A? Well, that one seems pretty simple. If there were 30 total in the class and 6 of them got an A, then I just need to take away that 6 and I am left with 24. So 24 students